I want you to quit eBay because you don't have what it takes. You don't have the mental fortitude to actually become successful on eBay. Now, one of my mentors, Jim Rohn, he was in the same situation that a lot of us are in. I've been there many times. And the situation that most of us are in right now, we blame everything but ourselves. So here's basically the saying. So my mentor, Jim Rohn, went to his coach or his mentor, and the mentor was like, hey, Jim, I want you to write down on physical paper the reasons why you aren't doing well up to this point. And I want you to write down a huge list of all the reasons why you aren't doing well. So Jim Rohn went back into his house with his family and kids. And he sat down, turned the light on, got to writing all the reasons why he wasn't doing well up to this point. And he wrote down the taxes, car tickets, car issues, relationship issues, health problems. He wrote down all the reasons why he wasn't doing well. And so what he did is he went back to his mentor, and maybe he wrote down 40 different things, and he gave it to his mentor. His mentor read them out loud, and he was very patient with Jim. He read them all out loud, all 40 of them. And he said, Jim, this is a great list. However, there's one issue with it. You're not on it. And so that's not Jim out of his old paradigm. And he went back home and he just wrote one thing on his list. And what he wrote was me. And so it's very easy to blame everything in this life. And we have to be very careful to not become a victim of life. And we have to take full control of our reality. A lot of the winners, a lot of the most successful top performers in eBay and just all in life, they don't have excuses. They don't create excuses, because an excuse is a loser mindset. And I'm sorry if that triggers you, but I'm not sorry, because it's a paradigm shift that you have to shift into if you desire success. You have to stop being a victim, and you have to start taking full responsibility of your reality, of your life. If you have slow sales, if you're not doing good, you lack the knowledge. It's that simple. You lack the knowing of how to do specific things in a certain way. And so what I would recommend is to learn what the top people are doing, and get into a niche that you're a niche that you can really get into, where there's a supply in your specific location, or if you can do it online. I'm not an expert on finding things online, so I don't want to talk about that. But for me personally, there's a lot of clothes, there's books, there's a lot of hats around me. So for me personally, I would want to get into that type of system. For me, I do hats and clothing, all types of clothing, even ties. Like I find like Gucci ties in the bins is insane. People buy it for like $30, but mainly, you know, jackets, sweaters, long sleeves, shirts, shorts, and pants, jeans. And I focus on that. And I also have a little side business where I just do 10 listings of hats per day. So maybe you can just add something to your current business. It's kind of like taking on another little side business. So I'm doing 20 clothing pieces a day, but I really wanted to do 30. However, I'm not scaled to that position where I want to do 30, because I'm selling around 15 to 20 per day. So I don't want to jump up to 30 clothing per day, because I go to the bins, and obviously, well, first of all, the LA bins, it's like $3 per pound. So I don't really want to go all in with clothing, because I don't want to buy more than what I'm listing. So what I decided to do was start a little hat business, and it's tied into clothing. It's tied into that. So if you do kind of branch off, do something that actually is within your niche. And so hats are very readily available at the bins. I can find like 20 or 30 hats per day that are actually good hats, like Nike and like just a bunch of brands that you would recognize, like Hurley and Rip Curl and just those types of brands, you know, like surfing brands and like Patagonia, Piranha. So I do my clothing business where I list 20 per day. And if you haven't seen the other videos, I talk about, you know, getting very desirable items and only focusing on top tier items only. Don't get it. If you're starting off, if you don't have the sales that you want, cut all the filler out. If you have to spend 9 hours that day only looking for good stuff, only getting top tier items that have high sell-through rate. If you don't know how to do it, you obviously type, let's say we just go with jeans. Let's say it's like Levi's 510 or something. What you need to do is make sure that you put the size when you're doing the research. Levi's 510, 32, X32. Let's say there's 500 listed right now. You go to solds, you see 500 sold. That's 100% sell-through rate. You'll most likely sell that within 90 days. So that's an example of a high desirable item. I like brands like Lululemon, Cole, Piranha, Tailor and Stitch, you know, like puffer jackets like North Face, quilted jackets do very well for me. Mountain Hardwear does somewhat good for me. And so it's really like, if something works, you want to keep doing that, right? So if you have items that are selling really fast, do whatever it takes to get more of those items, or just go to more thrift stores, go to the bins for longer, and do whatever it takes. And it just takes more time. It takes more knowledge. I think one of the best skills that we can all do is to do more research on brands, because it's constantly changing. All the brands I just mentioned are brands that people knew about 2 years ago. There are brands that are currently in demand that I haven't mentioned. And these are the types of brands that we want to research. It's very important to research, because if you have a high Rolodex and you're going to the bins, specifically like the LA bins, or like a bin, like any type of bin system where they're like constantly rotating, you can find 20 items within 2 hours. I go for 2 hours. Sometimes I find like 30 like very high tier items that sell. It's why I'm doing over $10,000 in 30 days in gross sales. And I'm doing about 50 to 55 profit, like 55% profit of that. And it's going up. It's like rapidly going up, because I'd shifted my model to only go for highly desirable brands. I'm spending longer in the bins. I'm also getting, I'm not, you know, like, I used to blame the algorithm, oh, the algorithm's slow, blah, 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 blah. But it's because I had crap in my store. I had items that probably had like a year sell-through rate. Why would I blame eBay when it's my issue? If you listed a PS5 today, it would sell instantly. If you listed an iPhone instantly, it would sell. If you listed an iMac Pro today, it would probably sell instantly. So it has nothing to do with eBay. They're doing their job, and it's up to you to actually list highly desirable items. And if you can list 20 very high, very, very desirable items, it's going to spark the algorithm, and a lot of your older stuff is going to start selling, and eBay is going to say, whoa, this person is selling. This guy is only listing things that are actually in super high demand. We're going to promote his whole store. We're going to just spark his store up right now, because he's doing what we want. We want to make more money as eBay. And if this person is listing fire every single day, 20 items that are just 100% or plus sell-through rate, we're going to promote this dude. So this video is take full responsibility of your life. If you need to spend more time researching, do it. Why aren't you? Why are you blaming eBay? Why are you blaming the government, the taxes, the car issues, all this stuff, when you could spend all the time in sorrow and being miserable and laying in bed and sleeping in? Instead of doing that, how about you research brands? How about you actually put in the time, go to more thrift routes, go to more stores. That was probably an AMG right there. Go to more stores, go to more routes, do whatever it takes to become successful. We'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.